Welcome to QI. Once again, we trawl the trackless ocean of knowledge only to find that everything smells fishy. I'm joined on the seafront of understanding tonight by three winkle pickers and a cockle warmer. Bill Bailey, Jimmy Carr, Joe Brand and Alan Davis. Now, this evening's QI brain teaser is on your little podium beside you. Year 5 QI module, and the theme is letters. Letters. Show the boys and girls that. Throughout the show, you have the time, we hope, to make up some interesting phrases from your letters.
What, just work on them as we go?
That's right.
Oh, OK.
To keep you occupied.
So when do we show them? Just whenever we've got one good?
If you like, or towards the end.
All right.
I've got one too, and I'll show you something I came up with earlier.
I'm trying to make vagina
there,
immediately.
QI is it? That came from my arrangement of letters, you see. It's a little play on the initials.
Joe's done Quim.
Have you? You put the QI in Quim. Very good.
That's the first time my Quim's got a smattering.
Look at that.
Vagina doom. Oh, Lord!
Might get in the way of the game, but do ask a question anyway.
I will do.
Fox.
Very nice. Yeah. I think we get the idea. You must be a blast by the fridge. But first we ought to do an equipment test. Joe, how do you go? Very good. Jimmy goes. Bill goes. Alan goes.
Ahoy. Hello, sailor.
There you are. To please you. Well, we're going to start...
Hang on. Who was that?
Ahoy. Hello, sailor.
Anyway, let's start firmly on dry land. Question 1. Would anyone like some koala soup? Jimmy.
Presumably a hungry koala.
Of course, it would be a hungry koala. It would be a hungry baby koala. Because koalas are the only animals to make what is called a soup or pap.
What, in a bowl?
They make it in the bowl of their body and it comes out of their...
Mouth?
Their bottom, yes, their arse.
So I get a point for that?
You get a point for knowing arse, yes. Very good.
They make soup with their arse?
They make a soup for their young with their arse.
That's careless parenting, isn't it?
It was.
I'd just quite like to ask, why haven't they had that on the Bush Tucker trial in Ireland?
A very good question.
I bring a koala out and hold it over your...
It takes horrible... It lends a horrible new meaning to waiter, there's a hair in my soup. There you are.
They're not koala bears, they're not bears.
Well done, they're not bears,
they're
are they?
marsupials.
Yes, what are they most closely related to?
Kangaroos,
the fish.
other marsupials.
A wombat, in fact.
A wombat.
They're
brothers and sisters.
Wombats don't have soup, they have cubicle faeces.
Do they?
Oddly, yes. Little dice.
Cubicular?
Cubicle.
He can't get that leaf down. Look, he's been chewing it for 10 minutes.
Well, no, isn't that because he's eating the leaves of the eucalyptus tree?
He is,
which
indeed.
Acts as a powerful hallucinogen on the koala. So a lot of the time they're just saying, yeah, whoa, what did I come up here for?
Is that where they got the idea of...
Well, it's an
things out of their
analgesic rather than a hallucinogen.
I've always got those two mixed up, you know.
They're sort of numb, a painkiller.
It's poisonous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have an incredibly long intestine, about a mile long, to digest all that poison that would kill a human.
Yes, what it is, it's really quite interesting, and that's what we're here for, to be quite interesting. They can tell, which scientists can't, the age of a eucalyptus leaf. It has to be between a year and 18 months. If it's any younger, it has no value whatsoever to them. No,
they sleep for 20 to 22 hours a day.
22 hours a day? I've got to give you 2 points for that. You're absolutely right.
I won a night out with a koala.
Oh,
Yeah, when we were out all night. We went to a restaurant and to a
An
club.
all-nighter.
What do you have? Soup of the
Yeah.
day?
What do they drink? What did your koala drink?
Beck's.
No, they don't drink. In Daruk language, koala means no water. But the main thing we have to remember about koala bears is that they are not bears. So that leads us to where do bears do their business in the winter?
Ahoy.
In the woods.
In the woods, did
Yeah.
you say? I'm afraid it is. That's minus 20 points, Alan Davis.
20?
Well, yes. Yes, Jimmy.
The Cayman Islands for tax purposes.
No. No. The fact is, for the 7 months of the year that they're hibernating, bears do not either urinate or defecate.
They must be busting to go when
Well,
they get
you
up.
think, they have a very clever little device. Firstly, they recycle the urea as protein in their body so they don't need to pee. And then their body makes a little thing called a tappet, which is composed of sort of feces and hair and various other things. And it's a sort of butt plug that seals up their anus for the winter.
Are they available in the shops yet?
She-bears give birth when they're hibernating.
When they're asleep.
Well, they sort of wake up rather briefly to give birth.
Oh, gee.
And apparently forget about it afterward. They go straight back to sleep again. And they can give birth to up to 4 cubs from 4 different fathers.
Sounds like the royal family, doesn't it?
Do they live on an estate, by any chance?
Did you just say, do they live on an estate?
Well, it sounds like it.
White trash bears.
Yeah, they do sound a little bit white trash to me.
So, now, bear in your bathroom, what shouldn't you squeeze?
Toothpaste.
Yes. It will make it crazy with desire.
Crazy with desire, lust.
Well, a sort of lust for the toothpaste. You'd be safer carrying a freshly butchered elk leg. In terms of, it would just... There was a recent...
In the bathroom.
Marks and Spencer's, 6 butchered elk legs.
For some reason, bears
only
go
counts,
crazy for toothpaste. They trashed a tourist camp in the Arctic, some polar bears recently.
But toothpaste does something to dogs as well, gets them going.
You're absolutely right. So, even though they're close relations, there are dog toothpaste to look after their teeth, but they're flavoured in all kinds of odd ways. Peanut
Cat
butter,
flavour.
beef, things like that.
Trouser leg.
So there you are. Don't go around with toothpaste near a bear. What has huge teeth and only one facial expression?
Janet Street Porter.
Janet Street.
Oh dear. We've got that written up somewhere.
I knew I took a fall, but it was worth it.
No, it's an animal.
Oh.
Huge teeth and one facial expression.
A shark that's just had quite a bad stroke.
On both sides of the brain.
All down one side, so it just swims in a circle like that.
Or a Botox panther.
That would do it. That would qualify.
What about beaver? Beavers have big teeth and they don't vary their face much.
This has the biggest teeth of any mammal, actually. It's recently been discovered to be a bear. It was thought for many years to be a member of the raccoon family, but it's not. It's a member of the bear family.
Oh.
It's a giant panda. And the giant panda's teeth are so enormous, and it constricts its face, which is as stiff as a board. Now, you can see one there, giant panda. It was only in 1996 it was discovered to be a bear.
It was a cat in a bear suit.
And this is where science goes very odd, because it was designated a carnivore, although everybody knows that it
Doesn't eat meat. What
It
is
only-
it? So most living pandas are actually vegetarian by choice.
Yes,
They should be eating meat.
They eat bamboo, as we know, bamboo shoots. And they have to do that for 12 hours a day because it's so lacking in any nutritive quality. They said, therefore, they're the only bears that don't hibernate because they can't afford it, sort of calorifically.
Why are they so cute?
They are cute, aren't they? They're absolutely
But,
adorable.
you know, aesthetically, what's going on there that makes it so... Is it... Look at the eyes, they're just piss holes in the snow.
They
aren't
certainly are.
Have they ever been sort of successfully bred with other bears?
Why are they so unlibidinous?
Well, I don't know. Do you want to know about their penises?
Are they those
Bifurcate.
barbed ones that
No.
lock in and don't come out again?
No, they point backwards.
They point back into
Which may
themselves?
be-
They keep ejaculating up into themselves? Oh, sorry, love.
Hence the old joke about eats, shoots and leaves, I suppose. But it's, I don't know whether that is the reason.
Ingrowing genitals, that won't help breeding.
It won't help with breeding, will it?
That's it. Oh, that's obviously it. Surely that must be it. Such a turn-off. Do you fancy? No, I don't really. No. I really don't fancy it at all. In nice species.
What can you tell me about bamboo?
Ahoy!
You've attracted someone else on the dockside.
In Hong Kong, and probably elsewhere in Southeast Asia, they use bamboo as scaffolding.
That's right.
You're quite right.
It's incredibly lightweight, but incredibly, extraordinarily strong. And they use it over vast buildings.
You're right. It has a tensile strength greater than steel. In fact, over 5,000 uses of bamboo have been recorded, including desalination uses,
Tarzan
diesel
uses
fuel.
it for swimming away from people.
Exactly right. Yes, breathing underwater. As a cane to give people a damn good thrashing.
Have you been bamboo caned?
Certainly, at prep school I was caned almost daily.
2 uses of bamboo. That was just by yourself.
Never did me any harm.
Are we going through all 5,000 uses?
No, we're not. No.
3, so
Grows incredibly fast. Some species grow up to 4 foot a day. You can actually watch it grow. Quite astonishing. It was used as a torture by the
4
Chinese.
foot a day?
Yes.
A torture in the sense that they would make someone sit on it while
Yeah,
it's
and then it would
growing.
It
grow
would be a
up.
torture, yes.
It'd tie you down over
Yeah.
a bamboo cane
Can
and
you
it would grow
imagine how
into
horrible?
you.
Yes. But what is bamboo? What sort
It's
of...
a plant
What sort of
which is
plant?
used for
Yes, what
growing
sort of
runner
plant?
beans, feeding
What class of
animals.
plant?
Tree.
Tree,
No,
bark,
it's a grass.
wood grass. It's a
grass.
type of a grass.
It is a type of a grass. Well done. Well done. They flower. Some of them flower and, it takes them 120 years.
Bill used to have a cactus.
Yep.
Huge
Did you?
cactus.
Yes.
Huge cactus thing that was all knobbly. And it flowered, how often? Once every 25 years?
Once every 25
And he
years.
only had it 2 weeks and it flowered.
Yeah.
Oh, you are a blessed man.
Isn't it?
I know.
I remember.
We took it. We didn't take it off an old couple. We bought it off an old couple.
You left them laying in the passage, didn't you?
Quick, get away! They're coming round. Quick!
You bastards, it's going to flower in a minute.
We've waited 23 years. And speaking of bamboo, how many Edisons does it take to change a light bulb? Yes, Joe. Thank you. Very good.
Very joy.
Well, the answer is very peculiar. He had a belief that in the human mind there were little people, 15 to
Oh, for
20.
God's sake.
He really
He
believed
did
that.
not.
He did, and he believed when you die they move into someone else.
When you were a psychiatric nurse, if someone came in to you and said, I believe there are little people living in me, what would you do?
Punch them to the ground.
Very good. What a loss to the profession you were. Yeah. Edison did use bamboo as a filament in his light bulb. Very good.
Little tabloids.
So Edison believed there were little people in a part of the brain called the convolutions of Broca, where memory, and amongst other things, was housed. And he believed that this is where 15 tiny little people were.
Sorry, the 15 tiny little people, did they have 15 tiny little people in there?
That's a very good question. I don't think Edison ever got that
So on
far.
and so forth.
Edison, was reckoned to be one of the great inventors. I mean, there are 1,093 patents filed to his name. What did he invent?
I'm so ashamed I don't know anything he invented. I thought the light bulb
No, that
give off more heat than light.
the first light bulb was actually a long-forgotten German called Walter Globel.
Does Alan not get a point for that?
For
'Cause
what?
That was
Gives off
quite
more heat than light.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a guess, though, wasn't it?
Well, of course.
No, it's not a good. Hello, sailor. I learned that in physics.
What, hello, sailor?
No, the point about Edison, which is quite interesting, I think, is that he was like a...
Typewriter.
He
Phonograph.
He developed the
The
typewriter.
phonograph is, again, he is credited with inventing the phonograph. But one thing Edison did invent, for 100% genuine Edison invention, that we use every day, probably, most of us.
Is it nasal hair clippers?
No, it's not even an object.
It's not an object.
No.
So it's a way of being. Sarcasm.
Yeah, he invented sarcasm.
right, yeah.
Sure. Oh, yeah. It's actually a word. A word, yeah.
Is it Zugzwang?
No, the Germans have that, but very good.
I don't know if I use that every day.
You wouldn't use zigzag unless you were a chess
I've
player.
used it 4 times today.
Yeah.
Well, you're fine till Thursday then, aren't you?
Crikey.
Crikey?
No, not crikey. No, it's
Flocky knocky nihilipilification.
He didn't invent that word, but well done for knowing it. Which means
The act of assessing something as
very
worthless.
correct. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. The word is it's a simple word of greeting.
Hello.
That's the word.
He invented hello.
I
He
heard a
invented
different
hello.
story about that.
H-E-L-L-O. The word that existed before is hello, H-U-L-L-O, which never meant a greeting. It just meant an expression of surprise. Hello, what have we got here? Hello, what's this? We still use it.
Do
in
we?
that sense. Hello, what's that?
Don't we, Bill?
Yes, yes, when we live our life like 1950s detective film. I often go to my fridge and I'm, hello, without a milk. I say, Mother, where's the milk?
You beast, you utter beast.
When they went round Jeffrey Dahmer's house and they found a human head in the fridge, they went, hello.
It's free. Maybe just a little camp, I think.
All right, is it camp?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
No, like that. That's hello as a greeting. You say to people, hello, dear, hello, sailor.
Well, no, I think it's a bit of surprise as well.
Hello.
Yeah, there's more
It's
surprise.
been
than greeting.
appropriated by the gays. It's one of those.
Anyway.
words. Oh, hello.
Ahoy, sailor.
I think originally it was the
Hello.
word hello.
Hello.
Originally. All right. Very
There
good.
was a story about hello, though. There was a story that there was a competition in the Evening Standard, and they said, well, you know, we want to find out what's the thing that you're going to say when you answer the phone. And they had a competition, people voted on it, and hello came out number 1. And what came second was ahoy hoy. Which, if you watch The Simpsons, is how Mr. Burns answers the phone.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, what it is that was Alexander Graham Bell's favoured method of answering the phone was to go ahoy, ahoy.
Which I still use.
Do you? Good
Yeah,
for you. Good for you. Whereas I get mocked for using hello. Like that.
On the phone? No, that's perfectly acceptable.
It's when smoking a pipe and solving a crime.
Hello, what's going on
Lord.
here?
Stephen, what was the last thing that made you go, hello?
It was a genital wart.
Was it a genital? I knew it would be something to do with genitals. I knew it.
See?
Now, hello happened to be one of Edison's favourite words. When he first recorded sound, he shouted halloo, which is actually a cry from the hunting field, a view halloo. So halloo was the first recorded word. And he reckoned, Edison, that it sounded very clear. He discovered this while testing Alexander Graham Bell's prototype. So the first written use of hello, spelt with an E, is in a letter from Edison in 1887, actually. And Alexander Graham Bell preferred ahoy, ahoy.
In our house, if you ring my dad, he answers the phone like that. What? Yes. Like that.
Well, as you say, I mean, of course, a telephone is a fantastically rude thing. I mean, it's like going, speak to me now, speak to me now, speak to me now. You know, if you went into someone's office and banged on their desk and said, I will make a noise until you speak to me, they would be considered unbelievably rude.
Yes, and of course, that's what they had before the telephone, wasn't it?
Speak to me now.
Exactly.
And then you goes, call waiting, call waiting.
Exactly. Oh. So there we are. Edison's really useful invention, the word hello. Now, how do you know? It's like, I don't know, it's like occupational therapy in an old people's home. It's just extraordinary. Now, oh, hello, what have we got here?
Put Smarties tubes on cats' legs, make them walk like a robot.
That is absolutely wonderful. He's used all his letters.
That is
visual image.
unbe-lievable.
That is.
It makes sense.
Yes, I am.
They
doesn't
would
make a
walk
lot
like
of
a
sense.
robot.
Yeah.
It's an idea. It's like giving
Yeah.
people an idea.
It's fantastic.
Could
you,
put
if you
this
saw
to
it,
shame.
was on
Put
Countdown
this
last week.
completely to shame.
What? Yeah,
What's that? Completely to shame.
I can't even imagine how you managed to do that.
No, I'm sure you
try
try that.
It does work, actually. It's a lovely way to spend an afternoon.
Yes.
If you make them go down the stairs, it's especially good.
It would make a very good splint for a broken cat's leg, wouldn't it?
Sometimes it's how they break their legs, so you just leave it off.
Hello, the cat's broken his leg. I say, Mother, have you had any anti-Smarty tubes?
Well,
Guys with the biro in the mouth. He's given up smoking. The bloke, he needs a substitute.
It is one of my proudest facts is that I am possibly the last ever pipe smoker of the year.
That's right. I saw
Because new government rules have meant it unlikely there'll ever be another one.
I saw a very interesting article. I think, believe you were in it in the Chap magazine, and you were talking about pipe smokers and the fact that actually the act of having a pipe it does bestow a certain trustworthiness. Out of two builders, you would choose the builder who's got the pipe
somehow.
because they look more somehow.
There's a kind of placid, they don't look so edgy in your
Well, I think
like
like that. All right.
Absolutely right. Yeah. Brilliant.
Certainly erudition.
You brought it alive in a little tableau.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Now, our weekly reports from the frontiers of knowledge, the round that those who ought to know better call general ignorance. So, fingers on buzzers. Name a dinosaur beginning with B.
Ahoy.
Brontosaurus
Alany. Brontosaurus.
is a dinosaur.
No, it isn't.
Was a dinosaur.
Never was. Never was. Misnomer. There's never been a category of dinosaur called Brontosaurus.
Well, where does Brontosaurus come from then?
Well, it's a
nearly
complicated
couldn't
story,
say
and
that,
I'll
did
try and take you through it. There was a skeleton that was once labelled with the name Brontosaurus, but it turns out to have been a misidentified Apatosaurus. The mistake arose in part because the Apatosaurus body was mixed up with the skull of a Camarasaurus.
What, you mean they just got a load of bones in a crate?
Yeah. It was the Apatosaurus that had been named first. Tiberius can look mad. There he is. Oh, hello.
Pterodactyl.
A pterodactyl.
I put Tyrannosaurus
I've got one here. This is property of...
Brontosaurus.
A Brachiosaurus.
That's a Brachiosaurus. 5 points for
Thank
you,
you.
young master.
Thank you very much.
You brought your
Brachiosaurus.
toys in to
It actually
class.
belongs to young Luke Fletcher, who's the son of one of our researchers and scriptwriters.
Little
And
Lukey
we thank him very
Fletcher's
much for
right.
lending it. Thank you,
Isn't
Luke.
Barney a dinosaur?
Barney, very good. I'll give you 2 points for Barney. Very good indeed. Barney, the purple dinosaur on the playmat. You could have had Barosaurus, Barapasaurus, Bagaceratops, obviously.
Yeah, we didn't want to go for the obvious
Beckle
ones, did we?
Spinax, Beckle Spinax, Byronosaurus, my personal favourite, which is Bambiraptor. Bambiraptor.
Savage baby deer.
Yes, sweet idea. Bambiraptor. All right, fingers again on your mushroomoids.
All right.
How long can a chicken live without its head? Alana.
15 to 30 seconds.
No.
Does it have private medical cover?
As long as it takes it to cross the road.
The
Well,
answer
I
will
know
surprise
how
you.
long it takes a live chicken to become a pret-a-manger sandwich. Do you know that?
No, tell.
55 minutes.
Good Lord, that's fresh.
Really?
It's fresh. That's a
Don't you
fresh
mean
sign.
hello?
Not always.
They run around for up to half an hour afterwards.
No, you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed.
48
Is it
hours.
about a week or two?
No, much longer.
7 years.
2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
Oh,
2
I
years.
give you...
Stephen
No,
Fry.
it's famous. I give you Mike, the headless chicken. From
Where
the
is
town,
he? Mike?
The town of Fruita. The town of Fruita in Colorado. He was on Time magazine, Life magazine.
Like
he
a really
travelled
big,
America.
like 6-foot chicken.
his- no,
In
no,
a
no,
kind
that's-
of, looked
that-
a bit like a bloke.
His,
you
no,
know.
his head was chopped off, but enough jugular vein and brainstem remained for him to stay alive, and he trotted around. There is still a website called www.miketheheadleschicken.org.
Oh, wait a second.
I promise you. Just check it out.
I'm just going to check that out. Have a look.
Do. He was fed with an eyedropper.
Why don't they just cook him?
Well, he lived a happy and famous life.
Where Colonel Sanders was after him all that time.
He,
You know what?
he actually
It's
put on... Yeah?
In Mike the Headless Chicken, the very first thing to come up in the search engine is MikeTheHeadlessChicken.org, and it's Mike the Headless Chicken for president.
There you are. He is a cult. There's a song. There's a Mike the Headless Chicken song. Mike the Headless Chicken.
Live
A legend
by the
of the
sea.
West. No farmer's axe could stop his heart a beating in his breast. Fingers on buzzers. Who discovered penicillin?
Fleming.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Obviously.
Oh, dear.
I mean, he did.
No, he didn't.
He did on mouldy bread, which you rub in your cuts in the outback.
No. Alexander Fleming. Yes.
Was it Bob Fleming from the farm?
It wasn't.
Appropriate,
It
wasn't
wasn't
it?
Bob Fleming, nor was it Ian Fleming,
Alexander the Great.
nor was it any other Alexander. No, I want you to think of young Arab stable boys rubbing things into their inner thighs.
Mouldy bread. Lumberjacks, when they cut their fingers, mouldy bread.
Yeah. Ernest Duchesne, who was a Frenchman who liked watching Arab stable boys rubbing things into their
But
inner
how
thighs.
would we have known
He
that?
noticed that what they rubbed to get rid of saddle sores was the mould on the side of the saddle. The nomadic Bedouin of Arabia had been doing this for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
And then they were observed by Ernest Duchesne, who wrote a very lengthy paper about it, submitted it to the Institute Pasteur in Paris, who didn't even acknowledge receipt of it. And he died completely uncelebrated. But it was only in 1949, 5 years after Alexander Fleming, that he was posthumously awarded with rediscovering it. So Alexander Fleming can only be said really to
What
have
did he die of?
rediscovered it.
Do you know?
Ironically, he died of TB, which would have saved him had he had penicillin. So it's just one of those sad things. There we are. Now, here are some pictures for us, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. 4 famous brain boxes. Which is the odd one out? We have, reading left to right, Arthur Conan Doyle, creator of Sherlock Holmes, of course, Niels Bohr, Nobel Prize-winning physicist, Dmitri Shostakovich, Russian composer, and another Nobel Prize winner, Albert Camus, the novelist. Who's the odd one out? Yes. Jane.
There's only one with glasses on.
Camus is the only one smoking.
No, there's 2 smoking. Is he the only one that played in goal for Algeria?
Ah, no, you're in the right area. Not the only one by any means. He was the only one who played for the University of
Did
Algiers.
Shostakovich playing goal for Algeria as well?
No, he didn't. We forget Algeria. They were all first-team
Sports.
goalkeepers. 3 of them were.
Oh.
Conan Doyle's
Conan
the only
Doyle.
one who believed in fairies.
He also played in goal for Portsmouth. Did he? For
Did
Pompey.
he?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
He was a
So-
proper goalkeeper.
So,
And his stance was
Niels
like
Bohr
that.
played in the University of Copenhagen first team.
Presumably when a goal went in...
Albert Camus, as you rightly said, was goalkeeper as well
He was the
for the
national
University of Algiers, national.
could that just be acknowledged that we
We were giving you 5 points for raising it off.
Shostakovich was a centre forward.
No, he wasn't.
Banged in 40 a season for Spartak Moscow.
No, he didn't. He was an official.
A
He was a
referee.
qualified referee. There he is,
There he is.
imposed onto the body of,
Tunes going round his head, round and
of
round his head.
Pierluigi Collina, I think.
Who knows a Shostakovich tune? Bill, I bet you do.
I could give you one of his goalkeeping moves.
Even though he was a referee.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
Yes. That's all right. Just keep up. And so to the final whistle. In last place,
Any reason for that
with
intonation?
minus 35, Alan Davis. In third place with minus 5, it's Bill Bailey. In second place with 8 points is Joe Brown. But thanks to his way with an anagram, in first place with 15 points, Jimmy Carr. Well, there we are. And that's it from QI this week, at least. To Bill, Jimmy, Joe and Alan, there's nothing left to say but the words of the immortal Swedes. The winner takes it all, the loser standing small. Good night.